So I just left the What a Workshop booth, which is just delightful. The Kiwi people are such generous, open people who will walk up to you and initiate a conversation, and that's just delightful. On top of that, though, I got to talk to the Richard Taylor, which was amazing. And being the film nerd and soon professor that I will be, I had to ask him kind of an educational question. Simply, I said, give some words of advice to young, aspiring directors about collaborating with a production designer, what would they be? And he had many a word of excellent advice. One of the main things that he seemed to comment on was just the fact that production designers, yes, they do want guidance, yes, they do want a foundation, an idea of where they're headed, but they don't want the director to come in and literally hold their hand and guide their pen as they're doing something. And the simple reason for that is, as he describes it, it takes away the fun. And when the fun is robbed, then the creativity tends to wane along with it. Another beautiful story that he said was about James Cameron coming to What a Workshop and asking for What a Workshop to design some weapons for the Na'vi. And he said, you have a week to do this, and I'll come back in a week and we'll talk about this. And so he went away for a week, and Richard said he decided to do something that was a little bit risky, which was not design weaponry. James Cameron came back in a week, and what a Workshop had designed was eating utensils. And James looked at the eating utensils and said, what's this? I asked for weapons. And Richard's response was, to understand what kind of weapons this culture would have, we have to start lower than that. You have to understand how they eat, what these weapons are then used for. Are they for hunting? Are they for attack? Are they for defense? And we can slowly build those layers up, making that world that much more believable and realistic. And I love that story. Something else that he mentioned that perhaps only a really nerdy filmmaker like me would think is super cool was this really cheap way of helping directors who are not actual artists essentially communicate visually what they want, which is to have on the wall mounted a flat screen TV, and then above that flat screen TV have a 60-inch wide piece of paper that's all rolled up, and they can just unroll that paper right over top of that television monitor, and then allow the director to be able to see the translucent, semi-transparent paper, see the images beneath it, and draw on top of those images, basically. And again, that just allows the director to communicate much more specifically to the production designer, this is what I'm thinking, these are the images that I want teased out of my brain. Also, something else that Richard mentioned, which was quite interesting, was just kind of his basic approach and outlook on production design and what makes good production design work, specifically in fantasy films. And he mentioned the Balrog from The Lord of the Rings as an example. In the book, it's described as shadow and flame, this very sort of heightened, fanciful image. And why he thinks it works on film so well, kind of patting himself on the back, as he should, is the fact that they took things that were based in reality, which is kind of like a bull and meets a large flaming lizard. So a bull and a lizard, obviously not a flaming lizard, are two things that we can relate to in reality. And those are the things that we identify with in watching that film. And it doesn't require the actor winking at the audience and saying, hey, just go along with this ridiculous thing for just a moment. You're actually able to believe it in the moment.